Hey, welcome back to the Gemini channel. My name is Laura. If you're new to the channel, I'm going to do a general message for Gemini. Know that energy is fluid. Roles could be reversed. Interpret the message as it best resonates with you. Also know on this channel and all my channels, I like to go deep within the reading. So I do look at everything, but we take time to look at the spiritual blocks, the shadows, and see how they play it as karmic themes. This will allow you to understand why everything's playing out the way that it is. Really important when you're dealing with people that have a lot of spiritual blocks, wounds, we call them, right? Um, People's wounds come out within their behaviorism, so they continually get in their own way, usually. So, understanding why a person does what they do allows us to look at the situation differently. And that allows us to see to be able to create a different reality. Because when we are able to see things through a different perception, a clearer perception, without our seeing it through our own wounds, our own triggers, well, then again, our actions and our behaviorisms are going to be a lot different. Now, if you want to enter into winning a free reading with me, you got to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and write the word of the video in your comment bar. The word of the video is always on the first card that I pull out. And it's the underlining energy that tells me why everyone's doing what they're doing. All right, let's check it out and see what that word of the video is. The word of the video is magical realism. So magical realism is like when we see like the fairy tales in everyday life, when we see the signs and synchronicities, when we are very intuitive and we can see how the universe is communicating to us. And I feel like you are like in that energy right now. It's like you don't really try and plan anything. Whoever you were connected to, you got to a place where you're like, I'm fine, which either way, like if you don't come back, I'm fine. And if you do come back, like I'll worry about that when the time happens. But it's like right now, I'm gonna be enjoying my life and creating my life. And so you're triggering someone. I feel like someone thought that you were going to come back to them, that you were going to contact them, that you would have fixed whatever, again, is the discord between you and them. And you didn't. It's like now this person's getting really impatient and they're wondering like whether or not you still have like feelings for them. But what they don't understand is being connected to them, you're always like in this like survival and trying to figure out what they're going to strategize next. Like they're not transparent. It's like, and they don't give you enough. And the relationship has grown tired because it's this constant push and pull, and where you're like, I don't want to, I'm not going to do this. I'm going to disengage. And once you disengage, this person became powerless. And they became powerless because they see now how you saw it, like that they were disrespecting you. And I feel like their way is to try to get people to like obsess over them by how little they give. And with their mind games, they play a lot of mind games where I feel like now this person is obsessed with you, but the problem is that you don't trust this person at all. And they stayed away from you because they didn't want to deal with the blame. And now that they see that they have feelings, they have guilt because they neglected themselves. But really, I mean, neglected you, but really what they did was they neglected themselves. And all because they're insecure. They want a very like low vibration when you met this person where they always had to be right. They didn't really want to give anything to the connection. Like now, they have different feelings, but they choose to stay stuck, right? It's like because they don't want to change. They don't want to be transparent. They don't want to have to figure out really be decisive about what they want. And I should said figure out what they want because there's a part of this person that does want you to stay connected to them. They just don't want to give anything. And there's a part of them that thinks that if they hold back, that eventually you're going to give in. So it's almost like, and it's also like they can't figure out how to fix like what they did. which again was play a lot of games for no apparent reason. Again, staying stuck and not growing. It's like this person they like to be in like relationships where they don't have to commit. They like to be in relationships that don't challenge them. When we're talking about not growing, we're talking about like this person in relationships would rather go from relationship to relationship to relationship and never really invest anything in anyone. And in that, they don't grow. They don't want to really invest their time in themselves, right? So they want other people to do for them, to fix their life, to enhance their life, to emotionally fulfill their life. So they don't grow because they choose to stay stuck, and they're staying stuck where they're obsessing about you now that you walked away because they disrespected you. But that what they were trying to do was like neglect you, but really what they see is that they neglected themselves. And then instead of them like coming back and apologizing, they feel they're going to sit there and feel powerless because they were impatient, they were holding back. And it was more of a win type situation. Like, this is what this person thought, that they were going to like stay away from you, trigger you so that you would eventually come in and fix the connection. And it's not that this person it didn't bother them, but what they did was they avoided you. And they avoided you through like alcohol, through drugs, through again, other relationships, anything to like not be present with their emotions, with feelings. So it's like almost like they lost so much time. They wasted so much time. Almost like very rebellious behavior, and and them knowing that you wanted them to like apologize, be transparent in the connection, not play games, give you more than breadcrumbs. And instead of them like really apologizing, they escaped for long periods of time, which it means ghosted, but they escaped through the fact that they didn't sit with their emotions, so you wouldn't feel the connection. What they did was they drank, they ran around with other people, they did everything to avoid looking at the problem. And there's a sense that they really can't blame fate, but they will try to blame fate, where it's like really this person is acting like they didn't have control over their life. They're going to say that they didn't have control over their life. Almost like, okay, too risky. It's like where this person, like at one point, all they did was play games and risk behavior. And I'm feeling like now they feel like they can't. And if I feel like they can, I want to know why. It's again wasting that again, that we know that they wasted time. They figured that you would cave. But I want to know why this person like felt like why they wouldn't just give in. Because really, this is what the situation is. It's like this person that you had a connection to. It's again, they didn't want, they disrespected you. They didn't treat you with the worth that you deserved, really. So the relationship never really got off the ground. This is what I feel like. And it was because this person didn't want to give you anything on an emotional level. I feel like that's the way that they just comfortable in relationships, especially someone that tends to like, again, use alcohol, drugs, and other things, people, whatever it is, to escape their feelings and their emotions. So what happened is that they realized that they wasted so much time, and what they're getting, and their own feelings and emotions are starting to like take over, because they know like you've decided that you're not coming back. They thought that you would comeback. They thought that, well, I'll make you feel powerless, but really what they did was they made themselves feel powerless in this situation because they created this disaster. Now that what they're saying is like it's almost like they're blaming fate, like of why, instead of saying, no, I wasted time. But I feel like it's too risky because I'm feeling like this person was attached to somebody else. And I don't know why I'm feeling that. But it's like within a few days, a situation or event you're going to find out about. It's like this person is going through an awakening. They're seeing things from a higher perspective. I feel like, you know what it is? It's not like there wasn't a person. It's like, but it's almost like it was too risky for them because I feel like they would lose their identity. They would lose, almost like they tend to, like in relationships, not think things through. They tend to run into them. So this time they wanted to take a different approach. And that approach was, I really don't know what to do, so I'd rather you do it. So they wasted a lot of time, but now what they're seeing is they're seeing things from a different perspective. And they're seeing that they were immature, that they deliberately like checked out with drinking and running around with other people just so that they didn't have to think about you. So it looked like they didn't care. Where now they're actually are caring and they're like, how am I going to fix this? And so, like I said, Spirit says you're going to hear from them in a few days. And it's like, because this person is looking at things from a higher perspective. And the law of one is the law of unconditional love. Almost like this person's awakening to like what they want in life. It's not just about oh, you're the like a passion and love. No, it's more like this person wants to connect with you. They feel like a creative force. Like it's almost like source is guiding them back to you. And that's because they clearly were not in a place of unconditional love. They were in a place of control. They were in a place of being risky in relationships and escaping within relationships and procrastinating in relationships to the point that other people tend to fix it. You didn't do that. You again, like, saw exactly what it is. This person is going to say that they're going to blame fate, like there were other things going on, where really this person was just choosing to not grow. And what they see is that now they're obsessed, not nonstop thinking about the connection, and they feel bad about it. They what they see is again they neglected you, but really they disrespected themselves by neglecting themselves by not giving the connection anything, any, and so they stay like powerless, but because they would have to change, but it's like they don't want to stay powerless. They don't want to stay in this energy. It's like this person doesn't want to feel the effects, okay? It's like the wheel of karma. This person has been getting a lot of karma since you and them have not been talking. And the fact that you are not talking to this person, they don't want to look at it like this is a missed opportunity. So I'm feeling as if this person really had no intention of coming back at all. And now it's like that time is going by and their feelings are growing. They're not actually diminishing. And they're really looking at you. They're like, what they're seeing is they're getting impatient. They know that you're not coming back. They're worried that you're not coming back. So this person is going to be like impulsive. It's almost like the divine gets involved also. And I say that because the wheel of karma is that it's like divine will, divine intervention, like that the divine has to get involved. And it's mainly because this person played so many games and held back. Like, I feel like this was a divine connection that this person just didn't want to honor the connection. And then when you called them out on it, they again acted like they didn't care. You detached from this person. That's when they realized again, like, oh, well, maybe you're upset, but figured that you'd come back and fix it because you invested time in the connection. And that's not what happened. This person stayed in their ego. They avoided you. They disposed of you. It's again, this person that sees now again that they were in their ego. There's a lot of self-assessment. And that's where I said that this person is now seeing things from a higher perspective. But I believe that they had the opportunity to be like, to go the distance with you. They had that opportunity. I feel like they blew that opportunity, or they know that they blew that opportunity because the divine is in this situation. They're seeing again about their love blocks, how they got in their own way, how they sabotaged the connection they with just secrets. If they would have just told you, hey, listen, I'm not really 100% ready to be in a relationship, but they didn't do that because they didn't want you to go and meet somebody else. They wanted to keep you on the hook, but then they weren't really sure what they wanted. And so they never really gave anything, figuring, well, you're going to give it to me. And then what happened is you never came back. And now they're viewing you differently. But what they're seeing is, again, that they're the ones that sabotage the connection. And they need to be the one that needs to come to you and heal the unresolved conflicts without their ego. Because it's again, this person didn't treat you right. It's like just because they have this epiphany now, and they do have an epiphany because, like I said, the divine gets involved. There's divine intervention because this person's ego was big. So other things in this person's life are falling apart. Other things in this person's life are making this person look at themselves, look at their behavior, look at things from a higher perspective, not just all about themselves. This person is usually very selfish. They're very, very selfish. Hidden thorns. They need to, again, look beyond the romance to discern the true intentions. Again, where this person is like, doesn't really believe in love. They don't really believe in love. And there's a sense that this person doesn't believe that love can happen really for them. So again, they don't tend to go deep. They think that it's an illusion, when meanwhile they're the ones that are creating illusion, because love does not work unless we love ourselves. That's number one. Number two, we have to be open to it. This person's not even open to it. It's like they played a lot of games so that they wouldn't have to give, because they were so sure that you would, because of the kindness that you gave, because of just giving them time. There was no real reason. Mainly, I think that this person was a player, because karma, the wheels of karma don't spin unless like you've been, like been doing something for a while. So I feel like this person was playing a lot of games with a lot of different people. And the thing is, you are the one that got away. You're the one that didn't fall for it. They thought for sure you would. That's not what happened. So there is a part of this person that has the love blocks and is majorly also triggered by you walking away. That's why again there's a part of them that's like needs to heal it, but there's a sense of them not really wanting to do it gently. They need to handle this connection with care, but they're angry because of all the past trauma that this connection has awoken in them. It's not just how this connection has turned out, but it's again, what goes around comes around. You treat people badly, well, guess what? You're getting that justice back. The scale, the karma always balance out. So I feel like this person's in a different place now. And so, and really what it is that you've had the time since this person has gone away from you, played a lot of games, and now they seem to be like, again, paying for their karma. They're sorry. They see things from a different perspective. It's like it gave you enough time to see that you just have different ideas about what love and intimacy are, and that this person wouldn't want to be consistent. They can't be consistent. That's not what they want. It's like they know that most people wouldn't go along with that. That's why they again did everything to like make you like come to them to fix the connection. Now they wasted so much time. It's like they know for a fact that you wouldn't be with them now because again of their love blocks. So there is a part of them that holds on that says, well, if I could, but if they'd have to strategize. They'd have to completely strategize and you wouldn't trust them. So there's a sense of you being like, no, they need to eat their karma because the fact that I got away is really, I feel like the underlining issue, right? The hidden thorns is look beyond the romance. Like, what is the intention that you got away? You got away, Gemini, and being that you got away, it's like this person would come back again angry and a little bit manipulative because you're showing them that they can't that who are they? Who the hell did they think that they are to treat you so badly? And that now they see you differently, but what this shows is that they would treat anybody that way. They have to act superior and treat the person like crap in order for them to really stop and pay attention to their behavior. It's not the fact of what they did, but the fact that, oh, now they have passion, now they have feelings. Now it's like because you're the one flavor that they weren't able to taste. So again, that doesn't sit right with them. Again, this person has a lot of love block. So, and like I said, there's a part of this person that is like, I'm not going to come back because I don't want to do anything. I don't want to change. I don't want to give anything. So again, as long as it stays that way, I mean, you can go back in and talk to this person, like, but understand that's not going to happen. It's like you're not going to play the rules of the game the way that they want to play it. It's like you're going to live your truth. It's like, and because of that, this relationship doesn't really unfold, doesn't go anywhere. Because of that, this person thought for sure that they could. And I think that at one time, their life looked different. Now their life is changing and they've eaten karma. And this is part of them that's like, I just don't want to give anything else. And you're not gonna settle for less than what you deserve. So we have to see, why did you attract this person into your life? Nurturing card number one. These are the inner child cards. So you're a magnet of who and what comes into your life. So it doesn't necessarily mean that this person had bad character. Well, that's what we see. They wanted everything their way. They didn't want to be transparent. They don't want to make a decision on what they want to do. They base their, connections on everything that's happened on the past. They don't change. They don't grow. They choose to stay stuck. So if you're connected to them over time, that would wear away at you. You would wind up going in and fixing it for them. And this is the role that this person likes to play so that they make sure that they don't give anything. So again, when we pull the card nurturance for your inner child card, it means that you weren't nurtured when you were a child. Again, these are your inner child wounds. And so those wounds, when we leave that environment or when we are old enough to venture out from that environment, the people that we attract, they also don't nurture us the way that we need. So that becomes like a karmic theme. And that's again emotionally, because the physical touch is associated with emotionally. So emotionally, you wind up nurturing other people, but emotionally not getting anything back. So it leaves you depleted. And if anything, then you're belittled. If, like almost like someone's taking your kindness for weakness. Someone is gonna make you feel less than for the fact that you're nurturing them and that you actually want emotional support back. It's like you're gonna be made felt as if that there's something wrong with you. Again, almost like that you're stuck in a place of misunderstanding, like, oh, like I'm being misunderstood. So again, growing up in an environment where you had to nurture yourself, that's because emotionally you didn't get what you needed. There was emotional abuse there. And again, where the parent gaslighted a lot and made it feel like, again, you were misunderstood when that parent was just angry. That person, or again, just emotionally not getting it, but creating a lot of anger and resentment inside of you for not getting it. Again, feeling as if that there's something wrong with you, feeling like again, I don't get the support and the nurturing that I need. And the nurturing is all about that physical touch, that emotional touch, really, because that's what physical touch is. It's that nurturing that when you're a child, that it makes you feel safe. You didn't feel safe, especially if the parent was the one that was belittling you and making you feel like not understood, not that you're not forming good connection with that parent, right? So it's very frustrating. So like almost like the relationship that is the closest to you as a child didn't bring love and nurturing and support. What it brought was a frustration. Where the person drained you, and that's with this person not giving anything, or having one parent that's very controlling, and then also having the other parent not come in and rescue, not nurture you, not make you feel safe, to protect you against that parent that wasn't making you feel safe, that was handled you with anger, handled you like began with their anger, dealt with you the way that they were dealt with. Again, a lot of times this is just ancestral karma being passed down, but nevertheless making you feel inadequate, making you feel again like belittled, is like shameful. It's not good enough, it's disposable. It creates a lot of rage because it becomes a one-sided relationship where spirit said that you connected to this person to learn how to nurture yourself, to understand that you have to give yourself the emotional support. Then when you do, you connect with people that do understand you, not with people that again are going to like belittle you and make you feel like you're small. It's again going to lift you up, so you're not going to be in a place of anger and resentment. So this person essentially not giving you anything, making you feel not worthy, because I'm not going to apologize. I'm not going to do anything different just because it's like I don't want to put myself out. It's like, well, that's and then now they're like, well, I have feelings now, but unless you come in and fix it, which you're like, I'm not going to do. It's like you still don't have the energy or power to like direct your energy towards doing the right thing by me. This is how you feel with this person. You're like, you know what you should do, you choose not to because you don't want to be uncomfortable because of what's transpired in your life. You don't care about what's happened in my life. So of course it's going to be very turbulent. Of course you're not going to trust this person 100% because they have love blocks and they've created nothing but barriers. So it's almost like you feel like, well, it's like your turn to like eat that karma. That's pretty much, this person just didn't expect that the wheel to turn. I don't understand why, because the wheel always turns, but that's where they weren't thinking. The calm. So this is the divine's the divine's wisdom for you. And that wisdom is, I breathe, live, and grow the light within me. I do one thing at a time and focus on the present moment. I cast off my doubts, all fear dissipate, and I find peace in my being. So the Spirit says it's about getting right with yourself. If you didn't get the love and the nurturing that you need, again, then you have to reparent yourself, and you have to do it for yourself. When you do it for yourself, you would recognize whether a person, again, is just wasting your time, or again, whether or not they really have anxiety or whatever it is. It's like this person like doesn't want to move. They don't want to budge. They've been stuck in their ego, and they're willing to let the relationship fall by the wayside so that they don't have to change. So being connected to that person, whether they're going to be with you or not, would definitely disrupt your calm, where Spirit says you can only create when you're balanced. And that's when you're calm, when you're in a place of ease. You're able to intuitively get insight. You're grounded. You're able to, again, tap into your third eye. You're able to co-create. Being connected to this person because they don't want to give anything would bind you to a place of being angry all the time, because they don't want to change. They know it's wrong. They know it's unfair. They don't care. So again, that would definitely disrupt your calm. So by you removing yourself, this person has to, again, eat the karma, as I like to say. And that's going to bring them back to looking at their love blocks and seeing that they really should have handled things a lot better. They should have resolved the conflicts with kindness. But it's, again, they thought that they were going to like manipulate all the way up to the end. And what you showed them is that you're not. So they're stuck with having those feelings for you. Now they'll suppress it because that's what they've done. This person escapes. They don't want to. They choose to stay stuck, remember. And they choose to stay stuck, and they like to make excuses, like blaming fate, but when they were just wasting time and like really being too risky in the relationship, like being like, well, I'm going to hold back. I think that you're going to fix it. And like I said, escaping. This is the way this person handles everything. So again, that would definitely irritate you. They think that they're avoiding karma. They're not. They're walking into their karma. They thought that they were going to like manipulate you. You're not manipulated. It's like the key for you is to stay at peace. Don't let anyone disrupt your peace. Put your energy into yourself. Things are happening. Things will happen. You have a high vibration. That's what this person knows. They wouldn't be attracted to you. But the one way that they can affect you is if you're connected to this person and they stay in this place of self-righteousness of I'm not going to fix it. I'm not going to give you anything. You have to cut the cord. You have to cut the cord because it affects your peace of mind. And when you're manifesting, you want to manifest good things. Otherwise, you're going to be bound to the same energy that you grew up with. People that can't give. So you're going to make your future look a lot like the past if you entertain this, is what Spirit is saying. So I'm going to leave that there, Gemini. You let me know how you resonated with this one, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.